Welcome to the Mission After podcast. I'm your host, Mike Bledsoe. Today I'm going to read another chapter out of the book. One of the reasons I'm doing chapters out of my book and I'm not doing interviews right now is because I've been traveling and doing interviews have been a little more difficult. I'm going to be rolling into Burning Man tomorrow, so if you're listening to this as it comes out, that's where I'm at. When I return, we will get back into the routine. Make sure to go over to themissionafter.org to join our free community. I've got a course on microdosing, breath. We're building it out. If there's people to talk to, people who are like valued, which is an upgrade from like-minded, and you can connect with people there. And we have other people in the leadership team there, even though I'm off the grid. Other people on the leadership team are there to welcome you and talk to you. So go ahead and jump in there, check out some of the free content we have in there, free courses, and the community. So I'll jump into the book now. And so we're going to get into commander's intent. First, let's get into exactly what commander's intent is. For the Army officers reading this book, you are likely starting to get where this is going. For the enlisted, you may not be as familiar with the concept. It's good for everyone to pay attention here. The big picture to remember here is that there is a single person who sets the overall intent, and everything that follows the intent is in service to it. This creates a scenario where adaptability is encouraged. Once execution is in order, there's no room for questions, and any personal ideas of morality or one's own directive must be put aside. And so, in the written book, I'm going to put some technical stuff in there, which I'm going to leave out right now. But overall, the commander's intent is an intent describing military-focused operations, and it is a publicly stated description of the end state as it relates to forces, entities, and people, and the terrain, the purpose of the operation, and key tasks to accomplish. It is developed by a small group and a commander. So very few people are setting this, and then other people are carrying it out. The commander's intent plays a central role in military decision making and planning. Commander's intent acts as a basis for staff and subordinates to develop their own plans and orders to transform thought into action, while maintaining the overall intention of their commander. The commander's intent links the mission and concept of operations. It describes the end state and key tasks that, along with the mission, are the basis for subordinates' initiative. Commanders may also use the commander's intent to explain the broader purpose beyond that of the mission statement. The mission and the commander's intent must be understood 2 echelons down. Bledsoe and McCann state that intent is more than an aim or a purpose. They state that intent contains the aim and purpose together with all implications. Hence, commander's intent is not only to describe the end state, but also a concise expression of the purpose of the operation. Commander's intent may also include the commander's assessment of the adversary's commander's intent and an assessment where and how much risk is acceptable during the operation. This view is supported by Klein, referencing a report. Commander's intent originates from one commander's mind and is disseminated 2 echelons below. Commander's intent rarely gets reviewed and updated. For a short duration mission, such as a deliberate attack, the original statement may remain valid throughout the planning. But for longer phases, in order to be agile, the commander's intent might be changing in phase with the unfolding of the situation. So, same thing for us as we're making plans for our life. Commanders must develop their intent within the bounds of a whole hierarchy of guiding principles that limit the types of solutions that they can entertain. So it's good to note where we're coming from and the amount of planning, but also the amount of adaptability and agility that's built into the plan for the subordinates below, and also if it's a longer planning session, if you're planning and setting goals far out, the agility that's necessary there as well. Now, we move into the commander comes home. That's you. Too few veterans have had the opportunity of meeting the commander who matters most. The great commander inside. The part of you who knows the part hidden underneath all the scars from mistakes, guilt, fear, pain, anger, grief, shame, apathy, and unconsciousness. No matter where you stand, I'm here to tell you that we get to move beyond these scars. I have, and I've witnessed countless others do just that. It's not an easy road, but I promise you that it's totally worth it. We get to move into a world where we truly get to experience passion, ownership, innocence, pleasure, faith, joy, sacredness, and consciousness. Since you were born, you took orders from parents, then teachers, then military superiors. You have 25, 35, or maybe even 45 years of holding someone else's intent. There was no room for your great commander to show up. You have no practice tuning in. There has been a constant ignorance. That says you are actively ignoring something inside of you. Waking to the great commander inside you isn't something you do just once and then you have it for the rest of your life. It's a consistent practice. Just like in the military, you don't get promoted for one good deed. You're rewarded for showing up day after day with consistent excellence. One of my favorite old Chinese proverbs says, it's better to be a warrior in the garden than a gardener in a war. Although we've been trained as warriors and many of us experienced it, you get to come home now. It's time to tend to the garden. This relationship to the great commander inside of you needs to be cultivated, and there is no better time to start than right now. So that's the end of the next chapter. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, want to give me feedback, want to give suggestions, things you want to see more of, join us at themissionafter.org. I'm in there. You can send me a direct message. You can leave comments and connect with the rest of the community. I'll see you in there.